More dipskis. Let's go, everybody. TradingView. Good morning. Okay, there we go. To retire. Well, welcome to the community. By the way, I sent you an email. You signed up for the wrong level, so you just have to upgrade. You're connected, you just have to upgrade because you're missing a whole bunch of channels. You're missing like the main channels that have the signals and where we chat and stuff like that, right? So just make sure you upgrade to the legend level. Cyberwolf, good morning. Tesh, good morning. Claudia, good morning. Good morning, Jay. Amanda, good morning. Jericho, stay green, not greedy, please. Good morning. Evening. Wisdom Corner, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. SLRX looks nice, doesn't it? Right. So 180%. These guys had news early this morning, merger news, and it's been cooking. So from $1.50, $1.57, all the way to $4.70. That's a pretty good run, right? And then PHIO, same, right? So nice little pop, 128%, even on the dip. So it looks like it's curling nicely up the 50 EMA, which is the golden line. Patricia, good morning. Donovan, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. So that's a good thing. I think the only obstacle here for this one is that downtrend at like $3.90. So 394 and then 420 for anybody that's holding this. Cool. Some of the other names look interesting too. ATPC was more of like an early pre-market play, and then it dipped all the way to the 200, and then did it again, right? Which is good. So we can kind of keep an eye on this one. I don't like that it's going below the 200 EMA, but the market hasn't opened yet, so we shall see. Alrighty. NITO had some news this morning. Nice little pop, and then it's coming back down to retest the 200. So and the 50. So watch $1.45, $1.50 for that thing. Alrighty. And then here's Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is below 91 now. A lot of weakness, and the S&P is at 576. Right. So the markets are getting slapped hard. Right. Just a lot of uncertainty. Anyways, let's go back to the main play for now, which is SLRX, because that thing is not stopping. That thing is up 220% now. Just non-stop cooking. Non-stop cooking. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. SL. Okay, perfect. La 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 la. Do. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. I would appreciate that a lot. A lot. Here we go. Tesh, we should be getting a bounce at the open for the markets. The question is, do we bounce and stay, or do we just, bounce and then come back to the abyss? That'll be the question for today. I'm hoping we bounce and stay, dip, bounce, rally on. And then that takes us into like earnings season. Right? I'm gonna have to pull up an earnings calendar. You can tell I'm still trying to, get the words out of my mouth. Okay, earnings. The big earnings really don't start till like Wednesday, and then we move on from there. But I'm just gonna upload a screenshot here just so we have it. We have some banks reporting on Wednesday morning, and same thing on Thursday morning. It's almost like the yeah, all banks for the most part. So nothing crazy. Monday the 13th, it doesn't work, Jack. It's Friday. It only counts if it's Friday the 13th. So NITO we kind of we liked earlier. EO and R is giving us some signs of like an uptrend there, which is a good thing as well. So good bounce of the 200 EMA. The good bounce. PHIO again isn't really doing much for now, right? Just be careful as we approach the open. The usual, right? In terms of like support levels to be looking at, you'd be looking for closer to like 320 and then all the way down to this previous pivot here, like 270. Alrighty. So no rush for now. If you're not in a position already, like I say this quite often again, like that little period from like seven my time, from like nine. Timothy, why that? Let me know. I like it, but why that though? Why did you do you need help with that? Um, like when you're 30 minutes from the open, so from 9 to 9:30, it's usually a bit of a weird time, right? You're either in a play already that's making money or you're just waiting for the market to open. So you want to be very careful when you're jumping into place in that time frame. Alrighty. The top play for now is still SSLRX. SL. Let's go to retire. La 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 la. Perfect. Okay. To retire, you just give it a second, and your Discord should upgrade on its own. Alrighty. So it's gonna read that. It's gonna read that in a second, and then it's gonna upgrade. So you don't have to do anything else, and now you're gonna have a whole bunch of other channels that you were missing. So just give it a second to do that. Good morning, Jeff. Your bag holding GCTK. Okay. Yeah, those habits will come back every so often and remind you why you do what you do now, Jeff. Right? So everybody does that. Everybody does it. So it looks like NITO is bouncing off the 50 and the 200 guys right off 150. So that's a good thing, right? So that's one we're going to be keeping an eye on today, along with the other two. So ATPC still looks really weak. Brian, okay. CGBS with some news. VRME with a bit of a pop there. Bit of a pop. Okay. And then SLRX hitting a bit of resistance. Let me pull up the daily chart really quickly for this one. Because I think the last level that I looked at was closer to 4 and 420. Yeah, you can kind of see like major resistance. The closer we get to the wicks on the left hand side there, closer to $5.80. Ote upgraded. um, anyways, to retire, yeah, I don't know if that's a common thing, but like really haven't heard very many people say it that way. But uh, anyways, long story. I'll tell you later. But anyways, just give it a second. Like I said, your Discord should upgrade in a second, and then you're gonna see a whole bunch of other channels that you were missing. Alrighty. Most people will be in Stock General Legend, and then there's a whole bunch more. Cool. So just give it a second. If you're wondering, like, if you need help with all the channels in Discord, there's a video in the Getting Started channel that says how the Discord channels work, blah, blah, blah. It's in the Getting Started channel. The second last video in there is a video that explains all the channels. So you could always look at that. Again, so yeah, for SLRX, that major resistance is all the way up there, but I don't think we can ignore the other levels. Right, if you look to the left hand side as well, you can kind of see that this thing at some point had some support at like $5. So that $5 is going to be an obstacle. and I think that's the level we're struggling with right now, right? Like holding above $5. So if it can clear $5 and close above $5, then okay. Let's look for like 580, right? And then $6. But now though, that thing needs to show some support. Again, I would be careful, right? When we like going into the open and as the market opens, the most dangerous time in the market for something that's been running already. So be very, very cautious. It's Monday. There's no need to be rushing into anything. So patience is key. It looks like PHIO is trying to curl off like an uptrend here at $3.40. It is holding it. So let's see if we can stay above that, right? So that's another cool feature of the algo, right? Is these lines will present themselves to you as opportunities, right? And then you can see how it created a bit of a demand zone there. That green area becomes your demand zone. So uh, that would have been a nice little spot there for a bounce for PHIO. So that's looking better. Looking way better. Okay, perfect. Slow motion, good morning. Slow, not slow motion. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Yeah, so Gen X retire. You're good to go now. Your Discord has been upgraded and you should be able to see all the channels. Right. So again, most people just hang out in stock general when we're not on stream. So dang spy. Is anybody planning on buying SPY dips, guys? Anybody? That's another almost 1% day for the markets. Wow. So we're down. We're down about. Yeah, I mean, 5% isn't a big deal, but it's a lot for for an ETF that's expected to do 10% in a year, right? So not that that's what it does, because it doesn't always do that. But um, you're buying Tesh. What are you buying? Ahmad, good morning. Good morning, Mitchell. I took a position in 19 cents on ADTX pre-market looking for 20 volume is decent. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that one is on the watch list as well. On the watch list somewhere. Perfect. So yeah, the only other thing we could be looking for here on SLRX is that it has that 20 EMA sitting at $4.60. But again, I would be careful, right? We were getting close to the open. You almost want it to sell off, right? You almost want to have people take gains, and then we can go from there. So there goes your dip skis, right? Not overly surprised about that dip there. What about dance? I feel like it's cooking and we'll have a pump. I mean, we said that last week at $3 a mat, right? So it's been cooking from $3. Good morning, Gwendolyn. Good morning. Matt, are you in a position on dance? Let me know if you are, and then I'll take a closer look. But yeah, again, we said that last week, right? We said that on Wednesday. We said that on Friday, right? So, yeah. Sam, good morning. Sounds good, Sash. Yeah. The dips are the time to buy the dips. You know what I mean? You don't, right? But just think about it more. It's gonna make sense. Well, good morning, everybody. Question for you guys in the chat: what's your favorite stock? Samir, good morning. What's your favorite stock in the chat? What's your favorite stock going into the open? Eli Lilly announced that it has agreed to acquire Scorpion Therapeutics for up to $2.5 billion. Lots of monies. Lots of monies. What's your favorite stock going into the open? Bill, Ayo, good morning. DATS and PHIO. Okay. On the 350. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. So again, it looks like that PHIO did a good job holding that downtrend, and it's curling back to resistance, which is perfect. So $4 to 420, that's your resistance for PHIO. Looking good though. Kappa next gen, sounds good. You're buying the dips in the blue chips, TQQQ wisdom. Yeah, I like it. Average down to 1510. Let me take a look. Let me take a look, skis, Jeff. GCTK. Um, this one's a bit sus, isn't it? Just because, Jeff, just because it's lost all of the gains it had from pre-market. Your main support, you could almost call this like filling the gap, Jeff. As long as you stay above 13 cents, you might be okay. Alrighty, stay above 13 cents, you might be okay. Mr. Clark, Ayo, good morning. So that would be like your last hope there. Alrighty. EONR is still just stuck between below $1.25, nothing happening there. NITO still holding that 200 EMA above $1.50. ATPC again support at $2 for this one. So let's see if we can reclaim that 200 EMA immediately at the open. Alrighty, as soon as we say that, it's like, oh, I want to go ATPC. So again, as long as ATPC stays above $2, there's a chance. Alrighty. And then SLRX, it kind of looks like it's holding a psychological level at 450. But again, we open in 12 minutes, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. What I like about SLRX though is that clearly we're trending up, right? It's higher lows on higher lows and higher lows. The only part that's would make you like hesitate a little bit is because like we're getting to the open, and you just never know what happens sometimes with stuff like that. But it does look good. Already. The S&P is bouncing a little bit, which I don't know if we wanted to. And then PHIO is still holding that uptrend there, um, but showing some signs of weakness because it's not quite giving us brand new highs, right? We had a class on Friday, yeah. Um, right. So I mean, again, that class was meant to be what 45 minutes, but it was 2 hours almost. Um, and that's the thing with technical analysis is we can go on forever because there's so much more that we could talk about. And I'm sure again the next time we do a technical analysis class, we're going to do something else. It was just nice to do the basics initially, right? So yeah. Anyways, so if you haven't watched the recording of the how to do technicals, how to read charts, the recording is in the it's on YouTube. Members only, obviously, right? So you can find the link for the recording in like the education channel in Discord, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Alrighty, and then the next one is in less than a month. Yeah, those files are crazy. Yeah. And made 50%, Jason. Let's go. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. It looks like SLRX is curling there. So a few candles consolidating along with the golden candle, right? And then curl. So that higher low pattern is still intact for SLRX. Ayo virus, good morning. Are you ready to buy more dips? Are you ready, virus? More deeps, more deeps. Do 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 do. More deep skis. Do. Good morning, PO Box. Unfortunately, yes, I know. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, let me see. What's Spy doing here? Mm. Okay, perfect. Yeah. There we go. Should you sell 203 and AMD now? Should you be selling your positions? See, that's not a question I want to be answering when the markets are selling off like that. The reason for that is what happens if you sell AMD today when it's dipping to a nicer range, and then boom, skis, AMD rockets to $200, right? So, good morning, Dan. Yo, yeah. So when you that's why when you get into positions like AMD, you really have to have your own plan because asking if you should be selling now is dangerous, right? So, if I was holding AMD at that price, would I be selling it? It really depends. It really, really depends. Um, the answer would probably be no if I was holding shares. right? So, Olu, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy New Year to you as well, Olu. You've been enjoying the holidays still, haven't you? Uh, Wisdom, and that's what we've said. That's what Virus has been screaming about, right? AMD is gonna be the stock of 2025. Is no plan. Yeah. So yeah, again, if you wanted to sell AMD, that should have been done a long time ago, right? Not when it's dipping and dipping and dipping. You're back now. Okay, welcome back. You're welcome. Unfortunately I can't pronounce your name. 3,000. The only thing I see, 3,000. Yeah. So yeah, the markets again. So Spy's gapping down almost 1%. So not exactly what we want to see. But what I would like to see today though is gap down and pump it. Right. That's my goal today. Gap the markets down and then pump it. uh, Gap it down and then pump it, please. That's all we're asking for, right? Is that too much to ask for, guys? Hey, yo, Zhang? It's not, I don't think. It really isn't, you know? That's a street address. Yeah. Yep. Uh, what level? The legend level, Olu. It's time to do better, Olu. The legend level gives you access to everything. All the group classes, all the channels you need to upgrade. Yeah, you do. You're missing the options channel. Yeah, click on the link at the bottom in the chat there and do it. Uh, Trends. Mm. Today's one of those days where the bank is gonna send me a notification again and say you have no more monies. Virus, Luna, good morning. You're doing that today? Okay, good. Yeah, do it, Olu. Gonna be like, don't worry, guys, don't worry. Just wait till China wakes up. They're gonna be like, yep, we've heard that quite a few times already. Like, don't worry, this time is different. Virus told me that. Anyways, don't worry, this time is different. Okay, there we go. You still like the edible news? Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. So again, our top two names, very seriously. Our top two names going into the open, guys, when it comes to momentum are PHIO, right? So you can see that thing bouncing up that 350 for now and shooting back up to that $4 resistance, $4, 420, right? So let's see if we can break out on this one. Alrighty, so 420 would be you would need that thing to break 420 and hold, and then push for 450 after that. Again, just be careful because we're 5 minutes from the open, and that resistance is right there. So just be a bit more cautious. So that's one of them, and then the other one obviously is SLRX, right? So that thing is doing a good job of consolidating at 450. I almost feel like it needs to dip a bit more though, like closer to this range here, closer to that last bottom, but we shall see. Alrighty, I know there are a few more names that you guys are paying attention to, and we probably will get to those names once the market opens. Alrighty, I just like focusing on the main names for now. They're like, "Huh, virus? Yeah, you you need help at this point. You're underwater," is what they're saying. Virus, you are under the water. Hello, Jack. No, well, you can't take it too seriously though. Alrighty, can't take it too seriously. I believe, yeah. Yep. Mm, okay. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, there we go. So we said, so you just, yeah, exactly. Dan, yeah, today might be a good day for that. Uh, let me take a look at that actually. So GCTK is holding 13 cents. It seems like, Jeff. So you're bouncing back up a little bit. Do 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 do. Uh, Interesting. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, let's see. Why? Okay, it's because they announced an offering. That's why it dropped like that. The next thing they're gonna announce is a split, probably. Interesting. Very interesting. So there goes PHIO, guys. Again, retesting that 420 resistance, and the market is about to open. Open the markets. Open the markets. So SPY still dipping, and PHIO is still looking like the play into the open. Looking like the play into the open. Doo-doo. Mm, and we are open. We are open. Huh. I just had to close a position there. But anyways, so it looks like that thing broke above that resistance immediately at the open. Surprised they haven't halted it yet, though. Very surprised there. That's a really good push, though. Not exactly what you want to see when you're not in a position, but that thing looks good if you're in it already. So at some point we need to come back and retest that 420, which we most likely will, right? So or worse. And here comes the retest there. SPY still sitting at the bottom there. SLRX looks like it's holding. This is the level we were asking for earlier today, right? Before the market opened. That 420-ish. That's exactly where we came to. 420 and then pop, which is perfect. Which is perfect. Right? So $4.20. Again, you just have to look at the last bottom, right? If you missed the technical analysis class, this is what we talked about, right? This is the type of stuff we talked about. So that last bottom became your support, and then boom skis. Now that oh my goodness, look at it go. Look at it go. 234% on SLRX there. So again, congratulations if you're in this one. PHIO is coming back to retest that level, which we knew it would, right? Especially when a stock pops like that at the open. ATPC again resistance. at the VWAP. So $2.30. Watch that level if you're interested in playing with that. Alrighty. Cool. Anyways, pizza is back, guys. Pizza. Blaze's feet aren't touching the ground right now. It's hashtag short. No, my feet are touching the ground. You want to hear me? There you go. That's me touching the ground, Peter. Unbelievable. Peter, how are you? Yeah, so Peter again. Peter lives in. We were talking about this last week. Peter lives in in California, obviously, and he's trying to stay away from the fires. So Peter, be safe, please. Much love. Alrighty. Stay away from the fires. Stay away from the fires. Good morning, Jay. So there goes. We basically went from the bottom to the top on SLRX here. So you can see that resistance at $5.30, and then all the way back down to the same demand zone. Yeah. So again, if you're interested in this now, maybe you wait for it to consolidate. So, and we talk about this every morning. Like when you get to the market open, you expect these candles to be volatile, right? Massive up candles, massive down candles. So you don't want to ever be in a position where you're just, randomly buying stuff at the open if you're not confident, already. And when you get into positions, you're most likely exiting those positions really quickly because again, market open volatility is a different level of like chaos. So that looks like we're coming back to retest $4. Let's see where we consolidate next. Right? We have the entire day and the market's been open for 3 minutes, so there's really no rush. ATPC is still fighting to close above that $2.30 level. If it does, then your next resistance is closer to like 245, 250. Alrighty, cool, cool, cool. S&P with a bit of a bounce. Bitcoin is getting slapped to 90K. Nastiness, isn't it? So Yep. Everybody is just panicking now in the markets. PHIO is still looking really good, guys. Right, so we're hitting brand new highs of the day on this one. It looks like we came back to retest at 420, and we actually held 420, and now it's pushing brand new highs of the day. Not sure what the next level was when we looked at the daily. I'm gonna have to again at some point. I'm pretty sure it was 480, wasn't it? So I think it was 480 on this chart. So we're sitting right at that level now. So we can consolidate, and then okay, cool, $5. Once we break 90K on Bitcoin, watch out for the drop, regular Joe. Probably. Yep. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see how the rest of the day plays out, though. Again, we've been open for 2 seconds, so I wouldn't be overly concerned for now. There goes PHIO, guys, hitting brand new highs of the day, 193%. If you're holding PHIO, type in yes in the chat. Type in yes in the chat if you're holding PHIO. I see. Okay. Yes, Jason. Okay. You sold it at 455. Okay. My bank account number. My bank account is under your name. Enjoy. Let's go, pizza. We're going to Vegas with pizza's monies. Pizza has 32 cents though. Let's go. What's the password, pizza? You are Olu. Okay. Well done. Congratulations. That should pay for that membership, Olu. 23%. What do I think? What's your entry price? Next gen. I'll take a look in a second. Once we Kimbella 326. Okay, beautiful. You're up. You're well over up $1 in that. Yeah. I saw those charts this morning. Virus $87,000 next for Bitcoin. If we fail to hold above 90K, yeah. So we'll see. Nine Germans. Yeah, I was looking at videos, Peter, of like where you live. It's like a movie. It's crazy, crazy. Hopefully, yeah. The crazy part is like having to rebuild all of that too. Like some expensive homes. Crazy. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Bitcoin broke below 90K. Obviously, it hasn't closed below 90K yet on any major time frame, but that's pretty weak, right? So anything crypto related should be getting slapped, which is and there goes the S&P, right? So a lot of weakness in the markets. right? The only thing that's going to save us now is some major catalyst, right? We do have earnings, like big earnings coming up soon, right? So the banks report starting on Wednesday, and then we should have like the major companies reporting after that. Uh, but we're going to need something major because there's a lot of weakness and a lot of uncertainty. So, lots of weakness. I still want to see the markets bounce today, though. uh, is yeah, you guys. I don't get it, but I don't get how, like, in this day and age, we have fires, like burning down whole cities, like major cities, and and you guys send billions of dollars to. I'm just kidding, just kidding. That's all I wanted to say. Um, yeah, quantum stocks. I didn't see the comments. You see, I would pay attention to the technicals more than what the CEO is doing, unless you believe him and your dollar cost averaging as a long term play, and then okay, fine. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What a crazy time we live in. And people don't even try and hide stuff anymore. Anyways, moving on. PHIO, I think we're just waiting for some of these names, honestly, to give us brand new entry levels, you know? So just waiting for some of these names to consolidate here and give us brand new entries because we haven't been open for that long. NITO still looks good holding $1.55, doesn't it? Holding a bit of a demand zone there. So $1.55, $1.50, more like $1.55, where that 200 EMA is sitting at. So if you're holding NITO, that's not too bad. That's GCTK, by the way, Jeff. Where's Jeff? That thing held 13 cents to the dot, Jeff. So you should be back in the monies now, right? If you're not and you're thrusting on somewhere, I'm gonna come find you. There you go. Nastiness in the markets. Are we halted up or down? Yeah, we're halted up. SLRX is halted up. The annoying part about this, Knowles, is we're halted right at resistance, right? Right in that supply zone, halted up. To get to your house, really, Peter? Yeah, crazy. So, like, where do you live though? That like your house isn't burnt. Pizza, what happened? How come every other house is in flames? Uh, okay, perfect. Yeah, so this one's halted, and we just have to wait for that to get unhalted. Ground zero, dang, Pasadena, crazy pizza. I saw some of the prices of the homes that are like burnt pizza, crazy. No, 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 no. Yeah, so in terms of like dips on PHIO, I don't mind this thing dipping all the way to 420 again and retesting that level, right? So whenever you see a name stalling like that, you want to start considering taking profits, right? So two things: we either bounce off the 20 and the chrono right there at 445, 450, or we come all the way back down to 420. Either way, wait for the curl. Alrighty, so your first level is going to be close to 445 and 450 here. If it's not curling, and then we're gonna go all the way down to 420. Alrighty, Bitcoin with a pretty nice pop here, back almost back to 91. So that's what I mean by like we haven't really closed below 90K on any major time frames yet on Bitcoin. So until we do that, I think we can still look at 90K as support. The S&P looks pretty weak, like barely bouncing, like barely. So that thing's gonna need to yeah, gain some momentum here soon. Alrighty. SLRX is still halted right below $5.10, 520. So just waiting for that thing to be unhalted. So while we're waiting for that, we might as well just watch PHIO here for a curl. Uh, Nose, yes. Yes, yes, yes. ATHC. Hmm. Uh, do you flip the sun visor in the in the car down? Does it help? Unbelievable. Peter's house could be burning and Peter would still roast. Unbelievable. Can you believe this? Anyway, so it looks like PHIO is holding up that bottom for now. So we're curling up the kernel there. Curling up the kernel? Maybe that was the intention, wasn't it? Anyways, so that 450 is holding for now for this one. $4.50. Uh, two. There we go. Kappa Mac, was that you asking about a position? I don't think it was you. So $4.70 there. It does seem like a bit of a slow morning, doesn't it? I think the only reason for that is because SLRX is halted up. But give us the damn on halts already. 44.19. Thank you. Thank you. The S&P just had an aggressive pop there. Not sure if something happened, but that's kind of what we want to see, isn't it? Right? Some aggressive bounces. Bitcoin is at 91.3 now, so the markets are really bouncing here. Really, really bouncing. Keep going, keep going. So here comes SLRX with the on halt, right? You can kind of see how that demand zone, that supply zone is still up there, so it needs to break through and actually stay above it. All of these candles are going above, but failing to close above. So we just went from $5.20 all the way back to 460, and then was trying to come back up. So this is why I don't like when a stock is halted at resistance, right? Because you never actually know if it's going to open and push above it and stay above it. So it's really trying. The volatility is pretty impressive, but so it really needs to close above that supply zone and then cook. Kind of looks like it wants to actually. Looks like it wants to. 2222 513 520 522 530 and back to $5 again, 590, right? So the candle hasn't fully closed above that resistance yet, so that's why you're getting so much volatility. You see, what's your position in KAPA? Let me know, please. I'll take a look. In his driver's license. Funny. Funny, Peter. So I bet you this candle is going to be very telling. We either close above and break out, or we close below and then go back for a retest. Yeah. Tosin on halted, yes. On halted, yes. Do. No, no. Haven't done on the no. No. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, there you go. So that last candle failed to close above, and now we're dipping, right? PHIO, like we mentioned earlier, AK, the closer we are to 420, the better, right? Or that was the next level to watch for support, right? And that's what it looks like it's done. So all the way back down to $4.25, and then back to 450. So that 420 is holding for now. SPY with a bit of a dip ski there, and Bitcoin giving some of the gains back. Giving some of the gains back. Yeah, let me take a look at KAPA. Hopefully Jeff took some monies on GCTK. This does look good actually. Not sure why I wasn't paying attention to this one. You see, I think I looked at something else and I thought this one was in the double digits, so I just ignored it. But that was a pretty good breakout there too, actually. Dang. Hmm. Yeah, I know why. There you go. Okay. It's because one of my screens was acting up. Dan, 62. Yup. I saw that candle. That's crazy. What's NQ? Pizza, when another account. You would have passed. Choo, 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 choo. As much as we're having names that are pushing, I still feel like this morning is a bit of a sus morning, honestly. You know, as much as we have these names, you have names that are actually doing well. It's still sus. So that 420 is holding again for PHIO. Did anybody buy the dip on this one? Anybody PHIO? And then SLRX is still fighting to break out there. The more we test that level, the likely it is that, like, likelihood of it breaking that level is quite high. Uh, but you actually want to give it time to either come all the way to the bottom or actually break that resistance and hold. If not, then you're asking for a bit of trouble if it doesn't. Um, in the 450s wing, okay, sounds good. Tony, you did, okay. Said my future teller. Good morning, Troy. You hmm. Yeah, spies coming back up there, Dan. Coming back up. Gap down and pump it, please. We're tired of the dipskis. You bought it at $5. You're in PHIO at $5. Okay, well, I hope we go back up to $5. If not, you're in a bit of a. Make sure you have a stop loss, please. Alrighty. Yeah, if you got into PHIO at $5, you're just asking for trouble because you most likely just FOMO'd at the open. Are you cooked? Well, you wouldn't be if you joined us in Discord, but you should. I mean, you're down 20 cents, right? So you're not cooked, right? You're down 10 cents in that last pop there into that supply zone. So if you were panicking before at 420, you might want to start like thinking of what you want to do now. Alrighty, so again, you have that supply zone at $5 there for PHIO, but pretty good dip though, right? So again, 420, that was really the only other level that we looked at, right? So 450 or 420 ish, and here we are going back for $5, so that's looking good. SLRX did not break out, right? So this is what we mean, right? If you see resistance, right? Honestly, sometimes just wait for that level to be broken or you get the dip. Because if you try and buy that thing right below it and it doesn't break, you're going to end up getting in trouble, right? So again, there's a triple top. The resistance is quite obvious on this one, right? You can see it multiple times failing at the same level. And the red zone is right there in your face, like, hey, please be careful. So again, closer to $4, maybe a bit of a bottom there. And then they, oh my goodness, look at PHIO. That thing just said, hey, sub bro, I'm gonna save you. You're up 50 cents now, right? So you've been saved. You've been saved from the ashes. 220% there. 220%, 226%. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then it went up another 50 cents. So your exit sucks. Yeah. The good thing is you got out of that position in the green though, right? Chris, well done. 55, beautiful. So yeah, if you bought the dip on this thing, congratulations. Alrighty. So now let's see if we can actually stay above that previous high. Close the candles above $5.20. Once we actually break above 550 and stay above it, like close the candle above, and then I'll take a look. IUC. Alrighty. But now I think what you want to see is just to make sure that it actually closes above this previous level. That last candle doesn't really count for me because it's a massive candle. You want to see these next few candles actually close above. Mr. Clark, well done. Well done. Well done, skis. 10% on two scalps, Bill. Okay. Okay, there we go. Uh, LITM. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I also need to mute my Discord because that's Chris. There you go. Congratulations. Well done. Paper trade or not. There we go. Should be muted now. PHIO is doing a fairly good job of like holding above 520 actually. Let me zoom out, guys. Good morning, official. So good pop on this one. I just want to see where the daily next resistance is there. Is on in this one. You can kind of see that 550 level. Which is quite obvious. And then after that, I think you're looking for $6. It almost seems like every 50-cent increment you have resistance on this thing, right? Like we could almost drop a line. So we drop a line at $6, and it kind of connects with these bottoms right there, right? So and then you look at the next pivot, it's all the way up to like 650 on these daily candles right there. That's 650. These little candles right there. Like if I zoom in, you can see the wicks. Don't want to do too much of that though. And then it's $7 after that. So it almost seems like every 50 cents, you have resistance. So these last two candles already went to like 585. So don't just blindly buy something though because you're waiting for because you're saying, oh, my next resistance is 50 cents higher, so I'm just gonna buy the highs of the day. That's very dangerous, right? You're better off waiting for the retest of the previous breakout level. Baruch, good morning. Green there, Chris. Well done. Love it. Love it. The S&P is back to 577, so good. That's what we want to see, huh? DJT is popping. Okay. Well, I mean, the closer we get to Trump getting back into office, I'm sure those names are gonna have a run. Bitcoin is almost back to $92,000, guys. Right. So, and then SPY is back above 577. So again, it would be nice to see some, red to green price action today. That would be perfect. SLRX is doing a good job holding above the VWAP. Alrighty, so like I said earlier, the closer you are to $4, the better, right? And then at some point, that thing needs to break above $5.20 and actually stay above it if it wants to run. So not bad at all. ATPC just had a rocket of a candle. It's halted up. Should be halted up. That's some really good consolidation, actually. Dang. Yeah, it's halted up now. ATPC. Shish. My goodness. Impressive. Yeah, LITM is looking good, King. Looking good. This is a reminder though, guys. Again, people always complain like, what happens if the market crashes? Like, are we still gonna make monies? These momentum stocks could care less about the stock market. Alrighty. Kappa is hitting new highs of the day. ATPC is halted up. PHIO's look has done well today, up 200%. Right. There are a whole bunch of names, right? So we could care less about the stock market crashing unless something like disastrous is happening in another country or here. in North America, like nobody cares, right? So the money just goes to momentum stocks, is all. So yeah, Kappa hit brand new highs of the day there, but doubled up at 250. So just be careful there. The S&P really cooked on that last push there. So cooked on that last push. No, exactly, virus. Exactly. So the markets could crash and we still make monies in momentum stocks. Alrighty. So here the bounce. Keep going, please. Queen, do you have a question? Uh, uh, there we go. Is PHIO done? I don't think I would say that. Uh, Chunlong, I don't think I would say that already. I mean, look at the way the chart has been moving, right? So clear uptrend, right? Dip, bounce, dip, bounce. So until we're getting lower lows and lower highs, I don't think we could say that yet. So the answer is no, right? So SLRX went all the way back to that supply zone and failed again. So at some point, that thing needs to break above. At some point, that thing needs to break above if it wants to cook. Doo-doo-doo. Some of these are the names we looked at earlier this morning. Garbage, 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 garbage. Because only 2.4 million, $2.5 million market cap. Um, Not necessarily a bad thing though, right? So I get what you're trying to say, but not always a bad thing. Uh, okay, perfect. Perfect. There we go. The average is 73 cents. Let's take a look. LITM. So you're green in that position for now, which is good. Next gen. It actually looks like it's coming from a really good level too. I like it. I like it. I like it. Just put a stop loss on that thing somewhere in the green, and you should be okay. Emma, good morning. All right, you put a stop loss, you should be okay. It looks like we came back to retest our previous top, guys, for PHIO, and it's curling back up again. So if we keep curling above the kernel, I think that's a really good thing. So from $5 back to $5.30. Wait, what? BlackRock is launching a new Bitcoin ETF. Let's see. BlackRock launches new Bitcoin ETF on CBO. Okay, Canada. Okay, so they're launching it on the Canadian exchange. What is it called though? Why wouldn't it give us the name? Anyways, yeah, it's on halted now, King. So it's finding a lot of resistance right below $2.50, which for the most part should be expected, right? So 245, 250, King on this one. 245, 250. It looks like we're about to hit new highs of the day again. So that 250 is your next resistance on this one. Early this morning, I think we ran all the way to $2.78. So we can close about 250, and then okay, that might be the next logical level. Rigo, good morning. The next logical level to look at. I think looks like it wants to go though, doesn't it? But that 250 resistance is still there. The S&P is giving some of those gains back. Don't think we're really surprised about that either. But back to PHIO here. So Tony says the class on Friday was what I needed to help me make better decisions on a few things you need to work on. Thank you. Absolutely, Tony. Teamwork, right? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, again, if you missed the class on Friday, the recording is on the channel. You can always go back and watch. It's members only, by the way, right? So Legends members only can go back and watch the recording. Um, Perfect. So this one, PHIO needs to close above $5.80 if it wants to cook to that $6 resistance, right? That was the next level we looked at on the daily. So it needs to close above. I mean, it looks like we're about to tap $6 already, anyways. So it's not that big of a deal, right? Three, two, one, not yet, right? So $6 is your next resistance. It's a nice round number, so I bet you some people are selling at that price. So that's another one of the benefits of being a legend member is you get to be a part of the classes and so if you're not a legend member, you're missing out big time. Big time. Anything else here looking good? No. I think for like SLRX, the more we sit below resistance, the more people just look at this and say, meh, it's not really breaking out. So what am I doing here? Right? People love momentum stocks when momentum stocks are doing what they're supposed to do. Momentum stocks are supposed to be cooking, breaking out, right? So the more you fail at resistance, the more you lose people to a different stock that's cooking, right? So if you look at PHIO, like look at that thing, right? People keep buying it because it keeps pushing. So, and we've said this at so many times, like people will buy a stock at any price as long as it's going up, right? So that's exactly what PHIO is doing. So here's that $6 level that we talked about. If we can hold above, and then okay, 650 next, but it's not holding yet. Uh, and the charts are reading kindergarten level book now. Yeah, exactly, King. Again, like I said, I like to keep my stuff as simple as possible. I don't think there's a reason to be complicating like stuff. So yeah, so $6 still needs to be broken and closed above. For this one. And then ATPC hasn't closed above ATPC hasn't closed above the that 250 yet, so it needs to close above it if it wants to cook again. You sold it at 598K. Let's go. Did you make monies today? Love it. Well done. QBTS is at $4.25. My goodness. These stocks are cooking one day and then the next day they're getting destroyed to the abyss. Isn't that crazy? Good monies. Good monies, AK. Good monies. Good morning, River. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Please and thank you. I would really appreciate that. Take a second, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty. LITM is still looking really, really good. So, congratulations if you're in this one. This thing has been spammed quite a few times in Discord by the bot. KAPA. Yeah, watch for $1.80. I mean, it's curled already off that level, but $1.80 at the 50 and the VWAP, that was your next support. You see. What does the green line mark T1 mean? It just means it's reminding you of a potential top, right? So T1 basically means top number one, top number two. So it's just reminding you of like potential resistance, and then if it breaks above that level, it's a good thing. That's basically it, right? So PHIO just hit brand new highs, guys. Isn't that funny, right? We went from $6 to $6.50. So it looks like people are really playing with these like psychological levels, right? So on fire there, PHIO. So If you made money in PHIO or you're still holding it, type in yes in the chat. If you right, so yeah, if you made money so you're still holding this one, type in yes in the chat, which I think quite a few of you guys should be. Yes, T Mac, congratulations. Yeah, you just sold it. Will, let's go. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Uh, PHIO. There we go. Perfect. There you go. So here comes that. I mean, obviously we've gone to 666. ATPC again is looking good, right? So your next resistance for ATPC is still $2.50. So it needs to break and close about 250. And then you're looking for 280 after that. Alrighty, so and there goes the sell-off, right, on ATPC. So that 250 is your resistance. Be very careful, please. Alrighty, and then we're pushing again for 650 on PHIO. Amanda, you just sold it. Okay, well done. You're in at 518 and you stop at 618, 617 basically. Well done, Emma. Really good trade on that. Very, very good trade. It kind of looks like we're looking for double bottom in SLRX. So again, maybe just keep a close eye on this level at $3.85 for SLRX. If it can stay above that, maybe not too bad. The reason we would even consider that is because it's still sitting above the 200 EMA. So that's a good thing, right? So this one I don't think is completely dead yet for now. ATPC, look at that sell-off, right? So if you're gonna buy something, you wait for the dip skis. You don't buy it below resistance because they're just asking for violence at that point, right? And then PHIO is still looking like the best name. So 650 just needs to be broken and then push it for $7, guys. Tesh, you up 3,000 pounds. Ooh wee. Come on, Tesh, let's go. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. Love it. Is anything no. Okay, there we go. What's the bid and ask on this one here? Perfect. There you go, 660, guys. Oh yeah, the highs of the day on this thing is 666. So let's see if we break above that. So we can erase that number from, from its history. It's gonna do it, isn't it? 655. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. 660. Come on, come on, come on. And there you go, 672. Okay, fine. There we go. Erased from the memories. Nah, nah. There we go. $7 incoming. There goes $7, guys. $7. Make you holla. There we go. 314%, guys, on that. Ooh-wee, my goodness. If you're still holding PHIO, type in yes in the chat. So it looks like these guys again are working off that 50-cent increment, right? So there it goes. New highs of the day, 720. You're still holding Mr. Clark? Well done. Again, that's a really good chart, right? So someone was asking, right, is this thing done when it was crashing? No, you can't just count a stock out when it's dipping for the first time, right? As long as it's consistently giving you higher lows, right? And that's something that people always ask, like, how do you know when to keep holding onto a stock, right? Well, here are a few signs, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, brand new highs. People will keep buying the stock at any price as long as it keeps breaking out. Alrighty? At any price. That's why people buy a stock from $2 to $90 and they keep buying it because it's giving you reasons to buy. So as long as we keep getting those higher lows on this, it still looks good. So does it mean you should just FOMO at any price though? No, absolutely not. Right? The higher you buy, the higher your chances of you getting destroyed are. So you need to wait for dip skis or wait for breakouts. Alrighty. So buying at this price, you're asking for violence, right? Uh 420 for you know what's crazy is 10 minutes ago you were saying 420 for PHIO. Look at how fast it broke. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, 420 was that last support we were talking about, right, Tesh? So 420 support, 450, right? And then look at it now. $7.20 at the 738 at the highs. You're still happy, AK? No, you should be happy with the gains for sure. LITM is looking really, really good too, right? Really, really good. So congratulations if you're holding this one. The bot has been spamming this one in Discord consistently, so that's good. Up 55% on this one, right? So that looks good. SLRX is still just holding that 385-ish support. It's consolidating, so who knows? Maybe this thing is gonna get a bit of a little bit of volume soon and pop. SLRX, hopefully. KAPA is retesting still and holding that 185. So as long as it stays above that, that's not too bad. And then the S&P is just playing games here. Bitcoin is back to 92.4, right? So again, if Bitcoin doesn't really close any big candles, any big time frame candles below 90K, then 90K is still support. Alrighty, so that was a pretty nasty dip for Bitcoin because we went to 89 from 89,000 back to 92,000 for BTC. So pretty solid dip. And then PHIO, guys, look at that, $7.50. Right? So we opened at 711. Well, actually, we opened and dipped, and then look at that. We're back to 750 now. So that thing is just cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. What did you guys do to this, guys? What did you guys do? And why? My question is, how come they're not halting it up? By the way, you're welcome. I had to go buy all the dip skis. My goodness, guys, PHIO. Oof. Uh, Love it. It seems like a lot of you guys are actually putting the class we did on Friday into practice, which is amazing. To buy the diffs, you see? Yeah. Yeah, send it. So let me zoom out again here, guys, on this one. 450%, guys. 450%. My goodness. Let's go back here, please. Thank you. $9. Okay, perfect. Two, 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 two. 95. I know, AK. I know. Basically doubled, right? After you sold it. Made monies today. Let's go, Mr. Clark. Yeah, staying green is the key. So I know some of you guys are gonna be annoyed that you sold too soon, but honestly, um, selling and making a whole bunch of money is not a problem. There you go. Not a problem at all. They cured cancer. They cured something. La 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 la. Yeah, Abdi. Good, 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 good. So 920 was your target, Chris. So Chris is selling at $9 and 18 cents, because that was his target. Well done. Perfect. That's a pretty good exit too. Not that that's the top though, but that's really good from the bottoms, right? So let me just zoom out again, guys. It looks like we're stalling at 920-ish, right? Which you can kind of see why he's selling at that price, right? Look to the left hand side for PHIO, right? If you look to the left, you're gonna immediately see all these candles that have been here before, right? Right between. Like, the problem with that is that it's such a big range, right? Anywhere from $9 to 950 to $10, pretty big resistance, but that entire range is a problem, right? So that's a again, like I said, the only downside to that is like the range is so massive. But so anytime you see it stalling, you might have to make a decision. Alrighty, there you go. So you can kind of see how like it's stalled again. 950, right? 950 is the beginning of the range really, and the high of the day is 950, right? So are we surprised that it's doing that? No. It's done this so many times in the past already. So at the very least, make sure again you're scaling out. You're putting a stop loss for sure. For sure, though, you're not buying it at resistance, right? If you're buying that stock at 950, you just don't like peace in your life. Let's go, Chris. Again, yeah. If you haven't watched the tech how to read charts class, it's in Discord. Alrighty, it's also on YouTube's for members only. So if you're not a Legend member, you just upgrade to Legends and watch the class. Next gen again, invest in yourself. Go watch the class. We talked about demand zones. We talked about other things. Instead of me explaining it, are we finally booming? Yeah, finally. Look at that bottom, guys. Bunny, did we mention this bottom, guys, for SLRX? We talked about this for that this 385, right? Well, it's not 385 no more, guys. 385 no more. It's now $5.20 and halted up, right? So if you wanted to take a position, look at that beauty, right? And we talk about this all the time, like, hey, if you're gonna take a position, let it consolidate. Let it hold first, right? There's no need for you to be jumping into stocks like when you even though you know it's support, like this is support, right? It bounced here one time and it did it again right there. So just because that's support, does that mean you buy it? No. What do? You wait for consolidation, right? So consolidate. That thing was sitting there for like 20 minutes and then boom skis. Perfect. If you bought the dip on this SLRX, type in yes in the chat. If you bought the dipskis on that, type in yes in the chat. Na 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 na. There you go, King. Absolutely. Renell, yes. Paper, Kaiser. Okay, sounds good. Patricia, yes. Love it. Love it. So again, PHIO is perfectly failed at resistance. No surprise, right? And then SLRX is bounce of support, right? Not a major surprise. Um, so yeah, let's see what happens when this thing gets unhalted, guys. Just because we've had so many issues at $5.20, right? And they've halted it right at resistance. So that's always a bit of an interesting, story there when they do that. Always a bit interesting when they do that, when they halt stocks at resistance. The S&P is still playing games here with us, right? So let's see what the rest of the day has in store for us. Bitcoin is almost back to 93. So Bitcoin is like, you know what? Screw this. Screw this rubbish. I'm going to get all my monies back. So Bitcoin is looking really good, right? Well, not really good, but you know what I mean, right? It's coming back from the abyss. Would you hold beyond? Matt, I would not. I would scalp the momentum out of it, and then I would move on. Alrighty. Um, I wouldn't stay in there. Unless the merger agreement, like look at the merger agreement, if there's a definitive price and that they've agreed on, and it's lower than the current price, and then okay, maybe. But when it's moving like this, it's because they haven't. Because if they did, the stock would sit at that exact same price. Alrighty, so we don't know the numbers, so I would just scalp it for the momentum. Alrighty. Is PHIO done? I mean, again, it's hit resistance at $9.50, so now we can start to say maybe it is done, right? But I wouldn't say that. Alrighty. So unless we start getting lower highs and lower lows, I wouldn't say that. But again, it's hit major resistance, right? If we zoom out and look at the daily chart, 950 to $10 is like the biggest resistance this thing has, right? If we go to the left hand side, right? So this is $9.50, right? At least for now, right? So this range here, multiple daily candles, that's 950 to $10. All of this level here. That's why you have that supply zone, that red zone right there, right? I mean, it's a little bit lower as well, but so you can look at that and say, maybe it is done. But unless we consistently get lower highs and lower lows, I wouldn't do that. So again, like I said earlier, you shouldn't be buying that thing at that price anyways. At the very least, you should be scaling out of it. Take some money out, right? Set a stop loss. If this thing goes from $9.50 to $7.50 and you haven't taken any gains, then you're just greedy, right? KAPA is still holding that 50 EMA, guys, above $1.90, so that's okay, right? LITM kind of retesting. So if it stays above 90 cents, that's okay. ATPC failed at resistance. That's not a major surprise, and it's still dipping. So for now, we wait, and then SLRX is still halted. So really, the two names that we came into the day with, right, PHIO and SLRX, are still the names to pay attention to. Supply zones, both. I was looking at the daily, right? Well, so you always have to look at the daily first to get your bigger picture, and then you go to a smaller time frame. There we go. So that thing's on halted, guys, and it's gone skis and halted again, obviously. So looks like this time it said thanks, guys. This time we said thank you. We going. That's beautiful, by the way. That's beautiful. I like when a chart behaves like it's supposed to, behaves like it's supposed to. Look at that beautiful double bottom, and then boom, skis. So hopefully this is a reminder though that like sometimes you can be patient at the open. Like you don't have to be jumping into stocks immediately at the open, right? You can sit here and wait and wait and wait, and then you go from this to that in 2 seconds, right? Patience is key. PHIO is obviously curling, right? So again, just because the stock is dipping doesn't mean it's done, right? So unless we start getting lower highs and then we break below this bottom, and then we can say, oh, okay. Why do some stocks halt all day? Um, well, I mean, I was about to give you the technical answer, but that answer doesn't always apply. Uh, but when a stock moves too quickly, more than 15% in less than 10 minutes or whatever the time frame is, it's supposed to be halted, but not all stocks follow that, right? So what it's halting because of volatility, because it's moving too quickly, basically. Alrighty, so when it's moving too quickly, they will halted. Up or down, they will halted. That's what they're supposed to do. So, anyways, if you're holding SLRX, type in yes in the chat. Baruch, what's your position in GCTK? Let me know. Let me know, and I'll take a look. Yes, yes, yes. Interesting. Okay. There we go. 501 Kaiser, yeah. So up $1 in that there. There you go. Paper stop, are you asking for stop loss? I would put it right below the halt price. So the way it's managed halts, guys, at least for me, when you're in something that's nice and green and you're like meh, whatever. The way that I manage that is, if a stock is halting up really quickly, chances of it halting down really quickly are also quite high, right? So to me, when a stock is halted up, it should open higher than the current halt and just keep going higher. So then you want to make sure that your stop loss is right below the current halt price is what I do, right? Because if you put your stop loss too far down, by the time it gets to your price, it's halted down already, and then it opens below your stop loss, and then you're like, what happened? I don't know. Uh, let's go, Troy. Let's go. NQ stay green. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Okay. 1.4%. Okay. You're welcome, Kaiser. Were you in the group class on Friday, Kaiser? Yeah, LITM does look really nice, by the way. So that looks like a retest of the previous breakout, right? So and now it's back to the highs of the day. I know some of you guys are holding this one as well. So you have a double top at like 105. So you need to break above that level, and then it's 110. It kind of seems like it's every 5 cents with this thing, but it does look good though. LITM. So congratulations if you're holding this one. At break even, Mohammed. Hmm. Uh, okay, okay. Yeah, so there goes a bit of a breakout for LITM. So your next resistance is 110 there for that thing. UC Gaming. Yeah, if you have a question, guys, always just let me know what your position is. Otherwise, I just don't look sometimes because I'm just gonna repeat myself already. Because this thing isn't doing anything and it's the same levels, right? So 180, right? Or the 50 EMA, that orange line versus the top there, right? At 22. Did I say 180? No, yeah, so 180-ish, but that 50, that 50 EMA is what it's holding, right? So as long as it stays above that orange line, it's okay. And then your resistance is kind of obvious on this one, right? We're kind of getting lower highs now for PHIO after hitting that major resistance up there. So we'll see, right? And then SLRX is on halted. It actually popped all the way to like $7 in that last halt, right? And then came back down. So from $7 back to $6. You're in at, okay, you are 180. Beautiful. Yeah, a bit of consolidation at 180 and then $2, right? Random stuff. Good. Goods, goods, goods. I like it. So at that point, you can basically just stay green. Stay green, stay green, stay green. I just want to see where these candles close at, and then we can move on and look at some other stuff. Uh, yeah, sounds good. Uh, hmm. It's a pretty nice seller for Fubo, actually. Right in the supply zone, actually. Right at the double top supply zone. Interesting. I just wanted to see what that looked like. Just wanted to see what it looked like. Yeah. $6. Yeah, you put your 580. Yeah. I mean, look at the bottom of this candle, though, right? That bottom went all the way to 550, and it's below your current sell price. So it's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't mind like putting the stop loss right. Like if it's halted at 623, I don't mind putting the stop loss at 619. So it feels as high as possible because you honestly never know. Uh, oh, okay. Details. To mm, 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 mm. 1 second, guys. Two, 1 second. Uh, okay. You're getting some more Fubo? Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting level for sure. There goes. So we went all the way down to 540 for now on SLRX. Again, really, this would be considered like the first dip ski after the massive run. So hopefully nobody's asking if this thing is done or not, right? Because it's just dipping. Like stocks are allowed to retrace, right, and retest levels, and there's nothing wrong with that. Since I announced that it'll go down at 50 cents, and you can all buy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You know what's interesting actually is AMD's green today. That is very interesting actually. Huh. Back to 9, please. It is holding this bottom, so as long as it stays above that 734 bottom, it's okay. Chong, what's your position? What's your entry price on this thing? What's your entry price and what's your stop loss? Let me know. Why does everybody feel like they want to ask if a stock is done today? Why is that the question of the day, guys? Why is that the question of the day? 7. Do. That. Hmm. So AMD went down to 114.50 today, virus. Why do I feel like AMD looks like it's hit a bottom? Why? Hey, virus went back to the woods, guys. Back to the woods. Take out who, Gil? Oh my goodness. Anyways, they go $6.50, guys, for SLRX. SLRX. Is it done though, Tesh? Yeah, that's done really well with that pop. Done really well. Yeah, again, Chun Li, you make sure you're taking profits of your because again that thing is looking like please go back to $9. It was at $9, right? And you had the chance to set a stop loss quite high. So when something's off 400%, you don't ask for more. You just say please, thank you very much, right? When we're off 400%, everything else after that is gravy, right? So you make sure at the very least you take some money or you push your stop loss up, right? I know everybody's like, oh, but what happens if we get 1,000%? Yeah, like that happens, but how often does that happen, right? So don't let the greed blind you. Otherwise, you will end up at the bridge. The moon, the moon, the moon. Exactly, Tesh. You know what I'm gonna do actually? Uh, mm, let's see. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Tyson, I use TD. Robinhood, I can only do 3 trades per week. Otherwise, you get flagged. Tyson, the problem isn't your broker. Every broker in the States is going to have that issue. Um, you need to switch to a cash account instead of a margin account, and then you won't have that problem anymore. There's no reason for anybody to be trading with 3 trades a week. More than yeah, you can trade on you can have unlimited trades, Tyson, if you switch to a cash account. The only downside to a cash account is you have to manage your money properly, right? You can only trade with money that you have, that's settled money, right? So if you have $1,000, right, and you want to take 10 trades, you can take 10 trades. Each trade just needs to be $100. And then the next day when you come back, you're going to have that money again. You're going to have a refreshed bank thing, right? Yeah, and with T1, the funds are available the next day exactly then. So yeah, there's no need for anybody to be like, oh, I only had 3 trades. There's no need for that. Wait, let me see here. No, 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 no. Perfect. Fubo. Hmm. 7. Okay. There we go. The S&P is still fighting, guys, fighting. Okay. Looks like we're hitting brand new highs of the day again on this one, guys. Brand new highs. So hopefully nobody's asking if this thing is done, right? As long as you're getting higher lows, you're not done. So 333%. So between PHIO and SLRX, we're sitting at almost 800% in gains at the highs. Well, less than that, but you know what I mean. So can we get to 1,000% between the both of them? Was Fubo? I was shocked, Captain. Yeah. Wait, does Fubo show football games? Because I have Fubo and I never use it for football games like American football. I use it for like other stuff though. ATPC is still trying to break above that 200 EMA. And then obviously again, we had one candle above 105 for LITM, but clearly a double top. KAPA guys, same, right? Sometimes the resistance levels are so obvious, right, on these things. Right? You can see resistance at 250. If you better not be buying it at 250 at the very least, right? You better not. Bitcoin is recovering a little bit. The S&P is cooking, right? Are we gonna see what we wanted today, guys? Are we gonna see it? Red to green. Ooh, are we gonna see it, guys? Are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see it? Oh yeah, LITM. There you go. For their other sports apps, now this lawsuit has been dropped. Yeah, $40. That's a perfect response, Dan. You may rely on the fact that it will go up or it will go down. Other than that, it's a crapshoot. Perfect. Almost like Night 8 Ball was waiting for someone to ask a question. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. Interesting. Where's the wheel? Let's ask the wheel actually. I don't know. I don't want to ask the wheel because the wheel is gonna make me. The question I was gonna ask the wheel is if the market has hit the bottom. My answer is yes. I don't want the wheel to disappoint me. So I'm just gonna kindly walk away slowly, back away from the chaos. Anyways, PHIO is bouncing again here, so that's good. So that is good. Perfect. Kindly back away. All I want to see, Dan, is the S&P go from red to green, and then we can say yes. That's yeah, that looks good. Love it, Professor. What time is it, guys? Okay. Who do I have one-on-ones with today? Who is on the calendar? Meetings. Okay, sounds good. Mm, 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 mm. Patricia, are you in the chat? I'm just looking. It says you have a one-on-one on Thursday. Let me know. No, no, no. Another quick scalp. You sold too soon again? No, that's the nice thing though, right? When you scalp like the next time after you made $500, every scalp after that is nice, regardless of whether you take $2 or $100, right? It doesn't matter. The fact that you're coming out with profits is good, so you're fine. You are a okay. What's going on with ADTX? Do you have a position in that thing? You do. Just keep in mind though that when you renewed your membership, Patricia, you renewed it for the legend instead of the goats. So you might just have to go back and upgrade before your one-on-one at some point. Yeah, already. Because then if you have a one-on-one, I don't think you did that intentionally. Mm. 14 cents, Burush. Looks like KAP is retesting that 200 EMA. So watch $1.60. See if it stays above it. PHIO, your next resistance is right there at $8.30, isn't it? We could honestly use 850 and it would work too. So it almost looks like it wants to come back down and give you an inverse head and shoulder, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but just can't break below the bottoms there though. Yeah, let me take a look at GCTK and then I'll move on. You're in at 14 cents. Like I said earlier, that thing needs to stay above 13 cents. If it doesn't, it's going to 10 cents. That looks nice. This stock is running because Trump is getting into office soon. So buy the hype, sell the news, right? So no surprise that it ran last week on Friday and it's running again today. No surprise there. You're done for the day, AK. Good green day, actually, right? Yeah. Congratulations. Well done. Um, that should be a reminder for you, AK, that you will have some really good days. If you can eliminate those ugly red days, you're gonna be fine. Alrighty. So That's a key for everybody. Smaller losses, because those green days are coming, right? And you can easily make your money back. Alrighty. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Later. Days like Friday. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're gonna avoid trading on Fridays? Okay. Yeah. Everybody has those days, where they should be avoiding. So if yours is Friday, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Friday, Friday. Says mm, I see. Kremlin calls attack on Turk's stream act of energy at these dudes need to relax. Uh, prediction market. It's, ignore me, guys. I'm just reading stuff out loud. Why is that channel still open for? Okay, there we go. Sunny. Yeah, 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 yeah. I get what you're saying. Yep. Bridge Friday, Alberto. Cash account went up 8% so far, so can't complain. Thanks. Friday's class was great, and it helped a lot today. Well done, Will. Well done. Yeah, that's the intention with all these classes. That's why I always ask, like, if there's something you're really struggling with, make sure you put it in that channel so we can schedule it for maybe a month down the road, 2 months down the road. Yeah, technical sessions are usually really good though. Just because everybody needs technicals. So I think again the next class we have is a swing class. So we'll see how that goes, and then I think we have a dividend class after that, and then we're gonna need to add more stuff to the calendar. More stuff to the calendar. Do, 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 do. AMD. Yeah, I got back into those AMD calls today, so let's see how bad AMD wants to screw us. No, 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 no. You wonder why? What is that? $100 AMD? Can you imagine AMD going to $100? It might do it. It might do it. It might do it. That was the bottom, like way back when, 2021 ish. I'll post that chart for you guys. But I think the fact that like the markets went red and AMD found a way to stay, I think that's a sign. I think it's a sign that maybe it's ready. Yeah. Virus. You know what? This is your fault. Is fruity? Yeah. I hope it doesn't get there because I'm already in. But if AMD decides to break down again, then we have a problem. Like if AMD doesn't hold 114, I think AMD is gonna, yeah. Virus straight to the abyss. PHIO is back to $9. There you go. So that inverse head and shoulder. When you look at this, do you see the inverse head and shoulder? You should, right? So um, we didn't really talk about patterns when we did the technical class. That's another thing we could have talked about, but meh, right? So again, head, shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, right? What is that? It's a bullish pattern, right? Stuff like that can usually predict the retest of the back to the highs of the day, right? And that's exactly what PHIO is doing. So back to 450% for this monster, guys. PHIO monster. Uh, Virus, absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yep. Does it let you edit your messages, Virus? Mm. Mm. There we go. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're not on YouTube, I thought maybe that was a feature they made. Um, and if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat, guys, and come join us. So it looks like PHIO went back to $9, 950, and then hit that again, same resistance, right? So, and for now, it's a double top, unless it wants to break above it at some point with the cup and handle. But choo, 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 choo. Yeah, I think the way we end today, though, Virus is going to be key. If we can run into the close, I think that's a really good, because as much as we have data, I also believe like market sentiment really controls data. Like it's not a coincidence that like when the market is already crashing, the only thing that comes out is bad news. You know, and when the market's pumping, it doesn't matter what the news does; we're still pumping. So if we can find a way to turn it around before that news comes out, regardless of the news, we can still keep going up. Yeah, lots of data. No, way ahead of us. Exactly, virus. Exactly. So if they can turn it around today, that would be a good start. A very good start. Do, 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 do. So we're sitting at that double top here, guys, for PHIO. The double tops. Uh, ch- oh wow. Okay. So the chair of House Oversights and Accountability Committee just filed $405,000 worth of new trades. So he bought $390,000 worth of stuff. He bought some BlackRock for $30,000. Bought some Costco for $30,000. Bought SoFi for $30,000. Okay, meh, meh. Um, so right closer to $8 and 30 cents. Tosin. What does it mean when you sell a stock and they just place it and don't complete the trade? It depends, though, right, Patricia? Like, was it a limit? Is it a limit order or a market order? And what does it say? There's so many different answers to that. So it looks like we're bouncing already here on PHIO. See if it gives us a cup and handle. There has to be a reason why it's not executing your trade, is what I'm saying, Patricia. Funny. Spy dipping again? Yeah, Spy is like, hey guys, I'm coming back down. I'm coming back. I'm kind of over virus. I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna say it before virus comes and finds me. But there we go. It looks like we want to go back and retest at 950 again for PHIO. SLRX also holding the retest level at $5.30, which isn't horrible. And then DATS is just consolidating up there, or T-Rexing, one of the two. uh, there we go. Uh, what is that? I'm gonna forward that over. Send. Okay. No, not yet. Yeah, it basically just went for it basically just went for the double top, it seems, and then slapped Sunny. So this is why, again, as much as we look at a stock and it looks like it's breaking, right? It either has to close above or you don't buy it. You just wait for the dip skis, right? Your next support there is 770. So ITCI. Hmm. ITCI. Off the 200, set it for profit D. I think I might have looked at something else and forgot about that one. But yeah, that 200 was perfect. Breaking down, Sunny. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it looks like DATS is slowly curling off $6 there. Don't like how ATPC is below the 200 EMA, but $1.80 is still holding. SPY looks like garbage again, doesn't it? Right. So I don't know what that thing's gonna end up doing. And then PHIO is still holding that uptrend in the 50 at above 570, 770. Sorry. So let's see if it stays above it. Hmm. Interesting, actually. Hey, yo, John. Varys, send me the coordinates. No, 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 no. It's a CPI. No, no, no. No, no, no. There you go. Grimes, what's your question for Sense? What's the question? Let me know. Yep, I agree, Virus. There we go. Break point from here. What's your position in that play, Grimes? Let me know. What did you get in at? Damn, Spy's shish, that's a lot of weakness again. What are you doing, Spy? Did Virus hurt you? He did. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't like that dude either, Virus. uh Sensonic. Enter if it breaks above 80 cents. Fair play. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Sense. Yeah, your breakout was 75. But I can kind of see what you're looking at. The pre-market high actually is 80 cents. And then after that, you're looking for 83. 83 and then all the way. So after hours on Friday was 94 actually. So yeah, yes, the answer to your question is yes. If we break and we can consolidate. So I would wait for that consolidation or honestly just wait for the dip. Because it's gonna come at some point, right? You kind of missed the breakout in that thing. You missed two actually, right? So 70, yeah, right below 75 would have been your play there on that thing. Now it's looking aggressive. Ciao Bob, Ayo. So at some point it will give you a dip. You're better off waiting for that. Zero. It's about time that thing curled, Bob. About time. Yeah, looks like and during the class, guys, we kind of talked about moving averages, right? So you can kind of look at this 50 EMA, and it's the exact same thing, right? Like it bounced here last time, and it's bouncing again off the same 50, right? So That's why you have these EMAs on your charts. So you can look at them and say, you know what? I don't really care what it's doing, what the equation is, but if it's going to do that multiple times and it's consolidating, maybe that's not a bad spot for quick scalpies at the very least, right? The order when you placed it, you bought and sold edible. They placed the order when you sold it. Yeah, I would almost have to see it, Patricia, because I'm not quite sure why your order didn't execute. What I'm thinking is you placed a different type of order, like a limit order, but the price wasn't actually and it keeps going down. Yeah, um, yeah. I'm not sure. I think you need to go back and look. Just you should have canceled the order and placed a brand new order. Wait, yeah. But it wasn't executed though, right? So you should have sold it like a limit order in pre-market, which it would have executed. Um, or you should have asked immediately like why your order wasn't executing in pre-market, and we would have helped you, right? Or called the broker and say, hey, like what the hell is going on? I want to sell this thing because it's been a long time. Like that was 2 hours ago, and you've haven't sold it yet, right? Yeah. Anything that D's in, it's cooking. So that's a beautiful balance, by the way. For again, that head and shoulder is still kind of playing out there for PHIO. Huh. You know what's interesting is AMD is creeping up, even with the S&P. Hmm. Anyways, okay, let me take a look. KAPA. Sunny. Yeah, that was a beautiful bounce, wasn't it, D? Beautiful, right? 200 EMA, beautiful. 160, perfection. From 160 to 220, right? Now it's coming up to resistance, KAPA. But that was quite nice. This is why we love the 200 EMA, right? The magic white line. Right? The magic white line is so because the stocks love to bounce up the white line. And here it goes. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, if you bought the dip on this, that was perfect. Perfect. There goes 240D. My goodness, that thing is cooking. Cooking. Ooh, 260. My goodness. Thing said, catch me outside. You out of it, D? Congratulations. That was a good scalp. Very good scalp. Where's the nights? Ah, funny. That's how you make extra monies for dips, isn't it, Virus? Zero. Oh my goodness, that thing is going 180%, guys. Damn. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. $2.70. And let's go. Luna says 5 wins today and 1 loss so far. Thank you, Blaze, for watching you day and night for trading videos. Absolutely, Luna. Right? Absolutely. Teamwork makes the dream work. So whenever you need help, you ask for help. Alrighty. I don't mind when someone is struggling and they ask for help. And you can see them turn it around because they're actually putting in the work. You know what I do mind is I do mind the people that struggle and don't ask for the help and then they complain after that. Because then I just feel like I want to slap you. You struggle, you ask for help, I will never complain about it. When you struggle and you don't ask for help and you lose monies and then you complain after you lose monies, then that's kind of what annoys me. But Luna, good job. Good jobs. Do, 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 do. Yeah, it's trying to break about that downtrend there, so it needs to clear $6 again. $6, 610. If it does that, then it's ready. This is market dip violence virus. What's the white line? The white line is the 200 EMA, Zhang. That's KAPA. Yeah, absolutely, Luna. Absolutely. If you're not a member yet, come join us in Discord because you're missing out. Yes. Yes, Zeng. When I ask for help, people ask for money. So, Joro, well, again, like, there's never been a time when someone is asking whether you're a member or not, right? There's never been a time where like you ask for help in on stream and we don't help you, right? You ask a proper question and we don't help you. So come on. Do, do, uh, do. Hasn't been your experience. That's okay. Well, if you have any questions, let us know, please. ATPC is still curling really nicely here, so that's good. Alrighty. So when you again take positions in demand zones, and you'll be okay for the most part, right? So good support of 180, and then we're back to retesting resistance at $2.15. 180 to 215. AAPL looks like it wants to destroy this level, doesn't it? This 275. We're getting that golden candle now, though. There goes 280. New highs of the day. There it goes. D. These looking at the monies. Looks like they're like yeah. Virus 42 months of greatness. Let's go. Invest in yourself. Why are you? Never mind. Just buy AMD. Virus. Let's go. Much love, brother. Let's go. But AMD. One of these days, AMD needs to squeeze up like 100%. Because that's ridiculous. Tyson says, "What's the difference between the different tiers?" La la la. Not sure you can afford much. So Tyson, the legend level gives you access to everything in Discord, educational stuff, which very important, right? So sometimes I think what people don't understand is sometimes you need like regardless of the amount of money you have, the first thing that will always come, Tyson, is the education, right? Not like, oh, I have a whole bunch of money to trade, so I can afford to get education. No, like think of your job, think of anything you do, right? The education always comes first. So, uh, anyway, so the legend level gives you access to everything: education, group classes, just Discord in general, ideas, blah blah blah. Right, what we trade, and then the gold level gives you access to like all of that, plus like some one-on-one time, like you and I can chat and talk about strategy and some other stuff. So that's it. Yeah, yeah. KPA just ran all the way to 310 and then came back down. So pretty nice pop on that there. Mm, there you go. Let's see. No, no, no. ITM. Okay, in the money. Yep. Yep. There you go. Lots of weakness. Yeah, I think that double top might have been it for PHIO, but really you can't really count this thing out until we break below 680. If we break below 680, and then I think PHIO is done for the day, right? For now though, not yet. Not yet. ATPC is looking good there, so we're going right back to the highs of the day, guys. So right back to the highs. So $2.50 is still that resistance for ATPC for anybody that's still holding this. So if we can break above that, and then okay, cool. We can look for the next level of resistance. Yeah, to pay attention to. $2.50. XXII. Interesting. Yeah, at the end of the day today, though, virus for me will tell if I what AMD does for me. Right? We need a solid close to the markets, all for AMD. Solid close. If it's weakness, there's another gap down potentially coming tomorrow. So again, I'm still hoping we can go from red to green. Still hoping we have a strong day and then gap up tomorrow. Same ones, virus. Just bought them cheaper. Just cheaper. Same Z's. Yeah. Same. Let's see. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Hmm. Yeah, XXII, 22nd century. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like looks like ATPC like doesn't want to break above that 250. I like how we came back to that level though. So might just be a matter of time before it actually breaks it. Mm, 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 mm. Anyways, we have about another 10 minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hop off and continue in Discord. Righty. So if you have any questions, make sure you are asking. Make sure you are asking if you have any, and then we will hop off and continue in Discord. Again, don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Hit that subscribe if you're new, and you know what to do with the rest. So, possible entry level for TPED. Let's take a look. TPED entry level. That thing went all the way to $3. Yeah, right to resistance. 290, perfect resistance. Anyways, let me come back to a smaller time frame here. I don't mind it honestly. Between like 250 and 240, as long as it doesn't break below 240. Um, yeah. Do I have to share stock info with the doctor today, Gail? Yeah, yeah. AMD, Gail. Yes. No, to me that's just a retest of the breakout. So $2 and 235, 240. Luna. Right? Like this was major resistance, and it's coming back to retest that level. It seems. So 235, 240 ish is what it is the retest level. Mm, 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 mm. ATPC is going back up again. Yep. Surprise. Surprise. Uh, hmm, there you go. You're welcome. Do, do. And PHIO again. Don't think we could really count this thing out yet unless it really breaks below the bottom there. For now, it's trying to decide, do we go back up to resistance or do we come back down to support? PHIO. Not sure what it's going to do there. Do, do, do. Type in yes in the chat if you ended the day a cool last name. Type in yes in the chat if you made money today. If you're on a green day, type in yes. Let's go, Tyson. We have a new member, guys. Tyson is like, yes, I'm here. Notice. There you go. Almost a daily goal. Love it. Yes, obviously. Yes. 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 Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Uh, I think so, Tyson. Yeah, I think so. Some people do that. Yeah, I think you can, Tyson. Anyway, so this is your invite at the bottom of the chat, Tyson. So click on that link. Follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Once you do that, so the second last video shows you how to connect. Once you do that, it's going to unlock all the channels, and then you can kind of see what everybody's doing. If you're not sure what channels to go to, the very last video in the Getting Started channel shows you all the channels and what happens in each. Alrighty, so that's your invite link at the bottom of the chat there, Tyson. What a blessing! What a blessing this ride has been, and the best is yet to come. Let's go, Dan. Let's go. Like honestly, I know we say this every time, but where does the time really go? 45 months and 35 months. Where does the time go? Let's go, Dan. Thank you very much. Much love, and the best is yet to come. Right? Let's go. Hmm. Okay, there you go. You didn't sell at 7, but entered at 420. I don't know what to tell you, Zhang. Right? So you just have to decide where you're willing to. The good thing is that you're green in that position. So, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Unbelievable. I knew it was coming too. Dan, unbelievable. 5 more minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hop off and go back to Discord. So let me know if you have any last questions, or again, if you're not a member yet, come join us. I know, virus. I know. Yep. Yup. Yup. Do, 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 do. More than 30 seconds? Nope. They go Zhang. So again, when something is at $7 and you bought it at $4, you want to be moving that stop loss up, right? Because nowadays it's back to 470, and you're hoping that it goes back up. Like, so a little bit of greed there on your end. So hopefully it bounces here soon for you. Please and thank you. Looks like we're getting a bit of a curl on DATS there, huh? FGL. Yeah, that's his curling there, and then resistance at 630, and then you're looking for all the way back to the highs of the day at 660. Yeah, pretty nice curl actually for that. Very, very nice curl. Doo, 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 doo. See you in Discord, Jay. See you in Discord. Doo, 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 doo. Here comes 640. Yeah, so the high of the day is basically 660 there. So that would be the next breakout for $7 for a $7 push. Doo, 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 doo. Biden approves student loan relief for more than 150,000 borrowers. White House. This dude has done more work in 1 month before he leaves, more than he did in 3.5 years. Isn't that's just, anyways, 150,000 people. Is anybody in the chat one of them? Like, what's the criteria? You have to be. That's a lot of monies, isn't it? This is why you guys go broke. If people are gonna borrow money and you're just gonna relieve the monies, it is a blessing though, because a lot of people need that. Like, So if you're one of them, that's amazing, right? But at the same time, really, why do it for some people and not for everybody? Anyways, you can't just spend monies like that. But he keeps trying. It just seems like you know, it's one of those things where, like I said, like it's amazing for people that get it because they probably need it. Especially in this economy, and well, not the economy, not to blame, but just like the environment that we're in with inflation and whatnot. I think like anybody that gets that, you're like, yes, thank you very much, for relieving my student loans. But at the same time, you can't complain about like the uh the debt ceiling and then do stupid stuff like that. Anyways, whatever. uh I want my money back. You know what I mean? Like, give everybody's money back. uh yeah, exactly, like something like that for everybody, Will. Exactly. Like, we're just in the chat and we have better ideas than they do. Like, just everybody, like interest rates are like crazy. How about we help you out, right? With interest rates. Like, it's just, anyways. Yeah. Luna. Yeah. uh Human progress should be yeah. Yep. Joro, you're not wrong. Not wrong. It's crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I want traders forgiveness. You know, I want forgiveness for all the bad trades I've taken, guys. Is that possible? Unbelievable. And yeah. Bob, I'll take a look. Take a look. Ski zero. Yeah, so split last week and it's slowly creeping up. So moving in the right direction now, Bob. All they need is a bit of a catalyst and boom skis. And boom skis. 7. There we go. Trader forgiveness. PHIO is still just sitting here and just waiting. Just waiting. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Yeah, especially after that split. You do too, Gil? Okay. There you go. No, no. Inflation reduction. The reason he he can only cancel not private loans. Lord. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Uh, yeah, maybe I'm just just ignorant on the matter, and that's what But I probably am. But no, 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 no. SL of the 200. Yeah, it looks like it's testing it, isn't it? So what I would do though is wait for that thing to start curling already. Or if you do take a position without waiting for it, just make sure you put a stop loss right below. So yeah, it looks like that level is like $4.50, right? PO box. Yep. $4.50. So it's holding it for now. The 200 EMA. Yeah. Welcome. Again, any last questions, guys, before we hop off? Any last questions? Anybody? Why is the S&P like so volatile? Any last questions? And then we're gonna hop off and continue in Discord, guys. Let me know. What's the best way to buy AMD options? Uh, I would say dollar cost average into shares if you've done the research and you believe in the company. Right? Options are a bit more dangerous, and maybe the stock hasn't hit the bottom yet. Right? And if you're buying options, you need to make sure you give it time. Like the options I bought, uh, don't expire till March. But I'm gonna see what happens like going into the end of the day today. If we're breaking below the bottoms, then that's a clear sign of like wanting to crash again. So, um, yeah, because you're green today, Gail. Have you ever thought of getting an editor for YouTube Shorts reposting? Uh, no, I haven't. Send me some free samples, and then do the first 10 for free, and then maybe. Anyways, yeah, exactly, virus, exactly. When you're long on a position, do you still set a stop loss? Not necessarily, JB. Not necessarily. Like if you're buying a large cap play as a long term investment, it's a long term position. Um, Stop losses are not necessarily relevant. Um, Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. That you have to have like done the research on the company. You believe in the company, and so the cheaper it gets, the more you want it, right? So, and then you don't really need a stop loss. But at the end of the day, the goal is to protect your buddies, right? So if you feel like you need a stop loss, just use the stop loss. Uh, I should better have whiskey and Vaseline. Seriously, virus. Seriously, seriously. Uh, okay, there we go. $1 since you bought it, down 30%, JB. Yeah, is it a long term play for you? right? That's also something, JB, you want to figure out before you get into that position, right? Like, am I setting a stop loss or am I dollar cost averaging into this, right? So when it's done, when you're down 30%, you're not like, oh, I need to make a decision. No, you knew what you wanted to do before the 30%, right? And asked, I would say AMD shares if a new trader came in today and yeah, yeah, exactly, virus. Yep, yep, yep. uh, yep. Next paycheck. Okay. Sounds good. Just make sure again you've done the research. You're willing to, yeah. Because as much as quantum computer stocks could be there for the long term, there's still like, anyways, just do the research, please. Funny. XXII with a bit of a pop there, guys. 94%. XXII. 27th century. Nice little breakouts on this one, actually. So $10 would be your 950, and then $10 would be your next obstacle there in this one. You're doing this wrong. I mean, unless you like other things, then. But anyways, anyways. uh, there you go. Anyways, it's time to leave. on that note, on that note, we're gonna leave it here for the day, guys. Much love, everybody. We're gonna be in Discord, looking for more plays, more things to scalp. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Be safe before the chat gets crazy. Much love all, and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye, guys. Bye, all. Bye, bye.